just thinking about the concept of change and how difficult it is for all of us to change out of well-worn habits that we've made for ourselves, whether it's relationship habits or work habits or discipline habits or habits of reading and studying or improving oneself. So how well ingrained are those habits? If they're not so good, how hard is it to change them to the better? If they're good, how can we maintain or improve? And if they're great, how do we maintain them and keep them healthy throughout all of our stages of our life? The beauty of having a rather long life is that we, as human beings, can reflect on our experience, and we can reflect what made things good and what choices did not make things so good. Based on those reflections, we can use our freedom of choice, our free will, to make a decision based upon past decisions or reflection. This is where I would argue against people like Sam Harris, who would say that there is no such thing as free will. But there is a perception that sort of a Skinnerian perception that we're just all the product of our choices. However, if you look at it in a deeper sense, that a person has the ability to reflect and then choose, and then reflect and then choose, and there's these endless series of reflection and choosing and reflection and choosing. So we are truly responsible for what we have chosen, what we have done in our lifetimes. So to say that free will doesn't exist is not something that I would ascribe to. So that real life change can happen if one focuses on the better things, the better disciplines, the wiser use of time. That the fact, in my middle age, I'm really reflecting on the concept of never wasting any time with anything. Everything that I do has a purpose, whether it is spending time, the most important things is spending time with family. It all has a purpose on an ABC list of purposes. And reading has a purpose. Physical exercise has a long-term purpose. So every short-term thing that we do has a purpose, and we're always refining that thing, whatever it is, or that direction, whatever it is, a personal direction, based on one's own skills and abilities. We perfect a direction of some sort, whether it could be a business direction or a personal direction or any kind of direction. We keep perfecting those directions, and we could talk about it in general as being a personal direction. As every habit that I have has a personal consequence, and the purpose of life may be to keep refining those habits, to make those habits a little bit more sharp and pointed toward the exact focus of one's goal. So whether you're talking about spiritual refining, if you're a Christian, you're coming closer and closer to Christ. If you are an agnostic, you may be talking about it in terms of personal spiritual refinement to follow truly what your heart says that you should follow in the most ethical manner possible. And you can talk about that in purely secular terms. There's no reason we can't do that. So I guess the theme of this is one has the ability to change oneself given that there is free will. That we as human beings have the power to reflect. We have the power to change. We have the power to change our lives in a more positive direction by focusing only on the important things all the time, by focusing on only the most important ideas all the time. Focus on love rather than hate. Focus on giving versus getting. To focus on serving rather than being served. To focus on constructing rather than destructing. The positive spirituality versus nihilism. We want to be on the good side of that curve. And we want to be focusing on basically improving our well-being and improving others' well-being at the same time, to live the most harmonious life possible with living things. So that's, not to get too deep, but just some thoughts while driving. And yes, I'm safe. I'm belted in, and I've got the phone on my lap here. So it's no different than listening to the radio. But it is. It's fun to think about ideas that expand one's mind and to expand one's awareness into attempting to live the very best existence possible. So there it is. There's my tape for today. Over and out.